Hi everyone, this is the Focus Spender and welcome to my channel. I'm here with my friend Travel Becomes Me, and today we're going to talk about all things luxury travel for less. So Kita, tell us a little bit about yourself and then I have a question for you.
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm Kita Brereton, Travel Becomes Me. I started on this journey of trying to figure out how to save substantial amounts of money on luxury travel about 5 years ago. I was switching jobs and I took a significant pay cut, and I did not want to give up the luxury travel experiences that I had become accustomed to. So I started on this mission of trying to decode how you could save money on luxury travel. And I found out that oftentimes we're spending 50 to 70% more than we need to spend for the same exact luxury travel experience. So what I do now is I teach people how to identify strategies that are already present in their life, that they already have access to, in order to save them substantial amounts of money on travel. Yep, so that's basically me.
So let me tell you about my friend Kita. Every time, this is pre-pandemic, pre-panorama, every time I looked up, this girl would be on a plane to somewhere every single month, multiple times in the month. And I'm like, how in the world? Like, I know you have a good job, but how in the world are you doing this? Like, it was mind blowing. So, Kita, tell us about your best travel experience where you went to like the most fabulous place and you spent no money. Go ahead. We want to know how to do that.
So I've had quite a few because when you figure out how to save on luxury travel, there is no excuse not to go. And so my most recent one though was a 3-country trip to Jordan, Egypt, and Israel. Right, the plane tickets cost me, because we flew between countries, $350 all in. Right.
But wait,
So
stop. Because I'm hearing this story for the first time. 350, wait, 350 for all of the plane tickets
yes,
from like America to the countries and then back?
Yep.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
We flew premium economy on the transatlantic flight, and then economy on the intercountry flights in the region. And it was fabulous. And so basically it started out with a flight deal. So I saw a flight deal pop across my screen for, it was 250 or 275. And I thought to myself, like, wait a second, is this real? Real. And the flight was from New York City to Amman, which is in Jordan. And so booked it, and it was real. It was not a mistake fare. So there are different types of flight deals, right? So some are mistake fares, like glitch fares, and some are just related to the timing of the trip. So this was a timing of the trip flight deal. And then we used points to upgrade. And so it made it a very luxurious experience. It was great flying transatlantic, and the pricing was like spectacular. Yeah. Spectacular.
I mean, I would be impressed if you said you went to, California for 350 and then also took a flight to if you took a flight to LA and then another flight to San Francisco and then back to New York for 350. I wouldn't be mad at that, but you went all the way.
Across the globe. Across the globe.
A little bit hating, but that's okay. That's okay.
To be honest, that kind of flight, I mean, it would be reasonable to spend $1,500 on a premium economy seat to Jordan from New York City, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you think about how much money was saved to take that flight over there, it makes it a lot more difficult to say, I can't afford to do this, or I can't afford to do this luxuriously because the price is just out of control.
Exactly. So you mentioned glitch fares, you mentioned traveling during particular seasons. So I want to go ahead and start talking about your 3 pillars of a luxury travel, because you definitely have a system and I want you to teach it to my followers today.
Sure. So what I like to start people with is the fundamentals. And there are 3 fundamental concepts to saving on luxury travel or travel just generally, let's say. So the first one is timing optimization. And what I mean by that is that there are times of the year where travel is just less expensive. And there are times of the year where travel is more expensive, right? So what happens is the travel industry understands this, that they are more likely to generate more income during certain times of the year. And so they charge higher prices during those times of the year. And then in other times of the year where the travel patterns are not as high, they reduce the cost to be able to still sell. So in a way, it's like the people who are traveling during peak tourist season times are subsidizing the trips that you are taking during what I like to call the shoulder season or off-peak season, right? And so as an initial matter, when you're traveling, if you try to schedule your trips around times where pricing is going to be less, then you are more likely to find a fabulous deal. So that trip that I just spoke about, it was during the shoulder season for the Middle East. And so pricing already was going to be lower than what you would find for peak season pricing. And on top of that, I found a clearance. So that makes a huge difference. So that's timing optimization. So the second pillar is non-cash resource identification. And what that is trying to figure out what things other than cash are available as currency for you to be able to travel, right? So very many people are very familiar with just paying cash for their services, but there are a lot of retailers or travel service providers that accept other types of resources to pay, right? Or to reduce the ultimate cost of the trip. And oftentimes these things are things that are already available to you. So I break it down into to three categories. So first category is points and miles. And these are things that you can earn from your regular spending habits that you should be hopefully doing anyway. And there are ways to earn points and miles without the usage of credit cards. There are ways to earn points and miles with debit cards. There are ways to earn points and miles using gift cards or just spending money in particular stores or restaurants, if you're registered with the particular rewards plans. So there are a variety of ways to earn points and miles. So that's number one. At a minimum, if you can, you should be trying to earn at least 1 point for every dollar that you spend, right? Every dollar that you spend. Ideally, you should be earning at least 3 points for every dollar that you spend.
We got to talk about that later. That's a whole nother video. Because I don't really know how to do that just yet, but I'm going to figure it out.
Number two is benefits, right? So oftentimes, just because you are the person that you are an alumni of a particular college, you are a member of a particular organization, you shop at a particular shopping club, there are benefits that extend to you that you may not be taking advantage of, right? And these benefits could be driving down the cost of your travel experience. And so essentially, by not taking advantage of them, you're giving money away, right? Because this is something that could be used to keep more money in your pocket. Don't we like to have more money in our pockets?
Yes, girl. You got to be focused with your money. Focused with your money.
So you should be identifying all of the benefits, right? And oftentimes these are things that are accretive. So these are things that add to your travel experience, right? Whether it be a free upgrade, whether it be free meals, right? Whether it be access to free experiences, you got to take advantage of the benefits that are available to you because it's going to reduce the cost of ultimately of how much it costs to take your trip. So the third subcategory is discounts. And so discounts are very important and they're available all over the place. And you have to make sure that you're tapped into them. Sometimes these are discounts that are associated with benefits, but other times they're discounts that are just generally available to anyone. So with the three subcategories of non-cash resource identification, you're making a significant dent in the amount of money that you are spending. So the third pillar of low cost travel or low cost luxury travel is getting premium services from travel service providers that have either a low cost or middle cost model, right? And what this does is it really upgrades your travel experience, because the person who has a low cost or middle cost model is going to put a lot more energy and time into making sure that the premium purchasers are having a good experience, but also generally because they have a lower cost model, that they are charging less. Right. So this is a nice little strategy to be able to save. And so those essentially are the three pillars of low cost travel or low cost luxury travel. Number one, timing optimization, making sure that you're traveling during a time that is going to be less expensive generally, because you want others to subsidize your trip. Two, non-cash resource identification. So making sure that you are identifying things other than cash that could be used to reduce the cost of your travel experience. And then number three, trying to upgrade your experience by paying attention to the business model of the travel service provider and buying premium services from them.
So quick question about pillar number three. Can you just give me an example of a business that has a low to mid cost model?
Sure. So like JetBlue, for example,
Yes,
right?
I do
And
like
so
that.
they have cost effective business model, and they're known as a cost effective airline, but they also offer premium seating. They just recently released a completely revamping of their their JetBlue suites. I forget the precise brand name. But, prototypically a seat on JetBlue is going to cost you less than a seat on, let's say like Delta or American, right? And so this way, if you're buying a premium service from them, using all the other strategies we've talked about.
Yes. Don't forget the strategies.
Don't forget the strategies. That it's likely going to reduce the cost that it will take to take a high-end experience. And there's similar examples across all types of travel service providers. So you see the same things for hotels or accommodations. You see the same things for tours, for transportation services. And so it's just important to sort of look at that and then see what could be the greatest opportunity for you.
Okay. It's so funny. In 2019, I tried to use one of your strategies and it definitely worked. When we went to Europe, we went to London, we went to Paris, we went to Barcelona, and we went to Madrid. And what we definitely did is that we went during the shoulder season. So we went right when school was starting, and our tickets were so much cheaper. And then we also, instead of staying in hotels, we stayed in Airbnbs, and we spent like nothing. I mean, I'm not on your level, but we were very proud of ourselves on how little we ended up spending on our trip. So thank you for teaching me. Thank you for teaching my followers your strategies. I know that they work, because when I say this girl travels, she travels. That's why her name is Travel Becomes Me. And I want to make sure that you are following her and that you are also checking out the other conversation that we had. We had a conversation on traveling and setting up your budget and on sinking funds. And that video, I'm going to link it below. It's going to be on her channel, Travel Becomes Me. Any final words before we say goodbye?
Sure. So what I wanted to say is one of my favorite things about travel is the memories that you create. right? So part of making sure that you give yourself the opportunity to travel more by developing habits that allow you to take advantage of travel deals and travel experiences more frequently is that you get to have these incredible stories, these incredible memories that last you a lifetime.
Thank you so much, Keita. I enjoyed this conversation. Whenever you want to come back and teach us some more strategies, just let me know and we can do it. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out our other conversation. Like I said, link below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.